All right, so we finished our quick survival curve. And what we need to do now is create a time curve or a time to event variable here and a status variable. So we're going to click on B, we're going to right click, and we're going to insert, and we're going to call this time to infection. All right. And we need to paste a formula in here, which I get wrong occasionally. So I am going to put this in a document, but this is the formula. It's equals match true index, and I'll explain it in a minute. I wanted to save you the torture. So the index here is just going to tell us where these are true or false, whether it's greater than 0 or not. And the match is going to tell us where it matched that. So the basic thing here, this is giving us an array of true falses. And then by putting true in there, it's going to find the match where it's true. And the 0 is exact match. And so here we go. As we slide along, we see it has given us a time to infection for all of those. Now, unknown Alaska has an NA. Maybe it didn't match. Okay, so unknown Alaska didn't match, and so I'm just going to get rid of that. It actually didn't like me getting rid of it in the formula, so I'm just going to put a blank spot in there so to make it actually a missing. And I have a couple more of the unknown of these, and I could probably filter it to get rid of the NAs. I'm going to do that. So you see I got a lot of NAs in here. They're all unknowns. And then we have Zyback, South Dakota. 2926. So we've got a problem here that I'm seeing that's asking for the one below it. So I'm going to come back up here and make sure this one, it's C3 to DG3. And I need to change that to C2 to DG2. Otherwise, it's going to give me the wrong one. So then when I double click, that's going to take it all the way down. And let's see if I have some missings. And I don't. This is working, seems to be working correctly now. Yep, going to paste that all the way down. So unknown Arizona, make sure I'm in the same one. 2625, 2627. All right, so this seems to be working, and we only have all right, so we have a bunch here that again are problematic. This one's lines up to 2625. I'm just going to copy that all the way down so it's not blanking out on me. And there we go. So now we have the right numbers in there. And it looks like we only have the unknown Kansas being the one problem that we have in here. We're going to check that again to make sure that it's actually 2640. It is 2640, 39, and 41. Even though this computer should be infallible at doing this, I'm certainly not. So this is the time to infection. So this puts us in pretty good shape. We want something called status in here. So we're going to insert one more, and we're going to call it status. And I'm just going to put a 1 in there because all of these have a status of 1. They're all infected. All right, and we'll fix that when we get into R in terms of doing our analysis and that. But here we go. We finally got it. We have a survival type, a time to event, plus a status. The ones that don't have a time to event, we'll fix those in R. The counties that haven't been infected yet, we can still do the analysis on these. Because they're all infected and they all have a time and a status, and we could still do survival analysis in R. We could do it here, but we're not going to. And so we have our lovely data set here. I'm going to get rid of all of this excess out here. I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm just going to copy and paste this after, of course, I click save because I've done a lot of work here. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Yes, I'm tone deaf. All right, so I'm going to come down and I'm going to do my time to infection and my status. I'm going to do a Control-C to copy that. Go to File and New. And I'm going to paste values here because I don't want a bunch of formulas. And so here I go. I now have my survival data here in terms of FIPS and state and all the rest of that. I'm going to do two more things. I'm going to create these two columns. I'm going to click on A. I'm going to go to Data, Text to Columns, Delimited, and I'm going to use my underscore finish. So now I have it back as state. Oops, that would be county. State and FIPS. This will help us later when we want to do merging. And so we're good here. We've got it now in the format. Now you can see why I put those underscores in. Helps me separate them later. Now I'm going to turn this into a comma separated value file. Save as this PC, not Excel. We're going to change to CSV MS-DOS unless you're on a Macintosh. And this one I'm going to call Corona County Survival. So 30 minutes later, we've gotten into the data prep that we needed to do our analysis. I hope you learned a little Excel along the way, but here we are. We're good to go.